I just wanted to come on and share a little bit about my experience today in trying to donate and support the victims of these horrific fires in California. My husband and I had gathered so many gently used items. We had bags of clothes and shoes and linens, and we had a blow-up bed and just so many items that I thought would be helpful. But when I got to the donation center, Californians had come out so strong that they could not even take any more physical donations. And luckily, I had also seen that they needed gift cards, particularly for food. So I did stop and get some gift cards to donate, and they were able to at least take them. I also want to suggest to people that people be patient and kind, because some of these grassroots donation centers are overwhelmed. They're overwhelmed with donations. They're overwhelmed with people trying to help and donate their time. Traffic is kind of a mess. But the good thing is that people want to help. And what I'm feeling now is, even though I've donated online to GoFundMe accounts, I gave the gift cards that they also asked for. I'm actually suggesting that actually might be the best thing to do at this point in time, if you can afford to do it, because they're just so overwhelmed with the physical donations right now. They just, some of these places just can't handle it. And I'll wait a couple of days, and I will find some place to donate all of these. I have a car full of stuff, and I'll find some place to make those donations. But I'm just feeling, my heart is full, seeing how California has come out to support one another and to offer help. So be patient, be kind, and let's continue to do the good work, because it is much needed still. Be blessed, you guys, and stay safe.
Hey everybody, just a really quick check-in to say that the massive amounts of love and support that you have shown our family, and the thousands of people that are going through exactly the same thing, having lost everything that we own. You don't know how much it helps, and I haven't been able to get back to everybody, but I'm certainly trying. I just want to say that it makes the world of difference, and I want to say thank you. I also want to say, and this is important, that the people that had their houses spared by these horrible fires, like the people, there's houses in Altadena that are still standing, there's houses, some in the Palisades, that are still standing. For those people, just know that for us that has lost everything, it brings us so much joy to see that some people made it, that your houses made it. I have friends that I think on some level feel guilty or something, I don't know, but just know, all of us that lost everything, we walk through and we walk by your houses, and it just makes us smile, brings tears to my eyes to think that your house was spared. So I don't know if it's survivor's guilt or whatever, but please let that go. Let that go. And we're so happy for you, and love to everybody and support to everybody.
Here's a resource you can use right now, and it's shown to be effective with ongoing trauma like the fires we're experiencing. So first, get yourself in a safe place. Then you're gonna make a little butterfly with your hands. Interlock your thumbs. I like to do it like this, and I like slow taps. So once you're tapping at around this cadence, doesn't have to be a particular cadence, you can close your eyes. The taps can almost feel like you're being rocked, grounding yourself in the body, and then just use a little mindfulness, bringing your awareness to the present moment without judgment, and just pay attention to your breath. Good. Good.
You know, we all go through things that we don't like. A coworker gets on our nerves.
A child is being difficult. A dream is taking longer than we thought. It's so easy to live frustrated, wondering why it is not changing. But you know what? The Almighty uses difficulties and delays to do a work in us. Don't go through it being upset, bitter, or offended. Grow through it. It's an opportunity to get stronger, to develop your character, to build your spiritual muscles. Now, when you think about it, we don't grow so much in the good times. We grow in the difficult times. If you're going to take the high road and forgive, that's why you face the challenges, because you're being prepared for something greater. If you keep the right attitude, you will grow through it. And now the prayer. The prayer for today. We need you, Father. Father, thank you. Thank you that every test of our faith is preparing us to go higher and increase us. We believe and declare that we are going to come out better. In Jesus' name, amen. Right, sweet Amber? We want to hear what you are most grateful for on this Thankful Thursday.
First, I want to say Happy New Year. It's my first Thankful Thursday of 2025, so Happy New Year. But what I'm most grateful for today is that we all have life. We are going through fires, we are going through wars. People are losing everything that they worked for. But as long as you have life, you're going to be able to grow through it. And we are going to come together and let's grow. So reach out to someone today and just let them know that they're going to grow through it.
Yeah.
Have a happy Friday Eve.
Thank you so much, Petula, because together we are going to thrive in 25.
Yes.
Together, that's the word. So go out there, have yourself a blessed day, and be a blessing. I don't know why I did that. And be a blessing. Come on.
Hey everyone, it's your buddy Josh checking in this morning. Listen, we all know the terrible devastation in Los Angeles and people trying to figure out how they're going to move on and where they're going to live. This is just total life wreckage. Can we stop, please, with the why are they so sad they got $50 million, they can move on? First of all, not everybody in the Palisades has $50 million. Second of all, even if they have $50 million, guys, their house burned down. Think about what's in your house. It's the history of your life, your kids' lives, your neighborhood. This isn't just burning down one house. This is like an entire town where someone lived being wiped out. The idea of just never being able to go back there. How about a little just compassion? Are people with money not allowed to be sad? That their house burnt down? That they escaped somewhere barely with their lives? Like this kind of attitude that, you know, shake it off because you got money. And not only that, guys, some of those people don't have the money you think. They're paying the mortgage and living month to month on that mortgage. And if we know anything about the insurance companies, they're not covering that shit. So now what? So before we start racing and fuck them, they can't be sad. How about we just be human and reach out and help in any way we can? Seems like a better way to use your energy. All right, everybody. Be good to each other. Later.
I'm here with the fire command team at the Palisades Fire. Hey guys. Let's see. So this is I was asked if we could bring some more Starlings here, so we've brought some more Starlings here, and I'm just here with the team, and they're going to provide a briefing of the Palisades Fire. So please go ahead.
All right. Hello, good evening. My name is Christian Litz. I'm with LA County Fire, cooperating with the partnership with CAL FIRE Team 2, and I'm Operations Section Chief on the Palisades Fire. So Palisades Fire, I'll just go, we've been here since the beginning of the fire on Tuesday. we were looking at extreme damaging winds, erratic fire behavior coming through and blowing in from about midway on this map and blowing all the way down to the coastline there.
When did that? So when does that start? Just to frame the thing for people. Like, assume people like it's like great to get the story from like basically like a straight shooter.
Yep.
And and like and so like how did it start? And and then maybe after how did it start? Then like what are some of the things that can be done to prevent it in the future? But how did it start out? Like what's the story?
So honestly, we don't know yet. It's still in an investigation. We don't know how it started.
Okay.
But because of the wind, honestly, it just allowed it to outpace anything possible. The winds were so strong. Air resources, which we use to keep it small, ineffective.
Okay.
So it blew at record break. It grew at a record breaking pace. The resources put themselves probably in a bigger danger that they've ever done.
Okay.
It saves as many structures, but you can see it started about here with the wind.
Okay.
And pushed it straight through the Palisades.
All right.
And it allowed it to grow laterally. As the wind slowed down, it allowed it to go back the other way. But now the wind came back out of the north and blew down again. So we have several wind shifts. Resources are all around trying to both structure defense, which is down along the coast where the structure is more heavy. But we do have communities all along the top that we've just been working as hard as we can from beginning to now without any stop, any rest. Resources working 36, 48 hours at times just because of the need of what we had to do. Right now, the fire is looking good. We still have heat all around the perimeter. We still have resources all over and try to secure those edges, make sure that there is limited the potential for any kind of growth.
Yeah.
So we're still out there, but the activity is way down. And then with these winds over the next couple of days, honestly, this fire, we have to watch it and do it, but it's going to blow down at least most of it into its own self. Okay. But any new fire, it's going to do the same thing. We have the winds that's going to push it. It's not as strong as it was on Tuesday, but there is still going to be movement. So we're keeping all the resources available, and we're ready to actually not only respond to where the fire is now, but any new fires that start, we're able to respond and help.
Okay, so so fires are currently under control.
This fire, we're not calling it controlled.
Okay.
But there is line around almost all of it.
Okay.
Very much almost all of it, but resources, we're still working. So about the excitement's about 10% of the fire where the flames are there, but 90% of the work is done after those flames are gone, and we have to secure those edges. Did you ever watch a campfire where the wind comes in and it's out?
Yeah.
But then the wind comes and it blows embers?
Sure.
Same thing can happen.
Okay.
So we have to keep pushing and pushing and pushing deeper and deeper and stay around all these homes in Montanido, Fernwood, all the way up.
So when you build the barrier to stop the fire from going, do you clear the brush and the trees and what actions do you take around the perimeter of that?
So along the perimeter, we call it cutting line. We use bulldozers, but really what we're doing is taking everything out down to bare minimum soil.
Okay.
So there will be a path of dirt from where the black line is.
Basically.
Exactly. We're building a fire break along the edge of the black.
Okay, got it.
So there's nothing left to burn.
Yep.
So the only danger at that point was if the wind blows an ember over that line.
Okay.
So we have to build it appropriately big enough to secure that, to stop that from happening, and then push into the black to take all the heat away. So it gives us a bigger buffer as much as possible.
How big does the fire break need to be?
It depends on the size of the fuel. If you look at textbook size of the fuel, it's anything that we see, and it's different for terrain, size of fuel, everything like that. Usually it's a couple times, 1.5 times the size of the fuel.
Yep.
But we have fuel in the Topanga Canyon area, the Palisades area. There hasn't been fire there in 60 years. So you're looking at 15
this is quite a rare fire.
Correct.
Like it's a half-century fire in some places.
Absolutely.
Okay.
The last major fires that have really pushed through Topanga is 93, 96.
Okay.
But there is part of these hillsides that there hasn't been recorded fire in 60 years.
Okay, wow. All right, and are there things that would be like I think what a lot of people are curious about is what things could be done in the future to ensure that houses are less susceptible to burning down. I mean, it's like as we rebuild for the future, because it's there's one thing about past recriminations and all that, but we can't rewind the clock. But what we can do is say in the future, what should we do to minimize the probability that people's homes and businesses will burn down?
Yeah, great question, and that's really what we want. So
Yeah.
throughout history, as fire prevention gets better, we do better at saving structures. So when you look at the LA County website, LA City has references out there as well. We call it. You always hear the term defensible space.
Yeah.
That is the biggest thing to save structures.
Okay.
So and hardening your home. So defensible space, we'll start there. That is basically clear and brush as low as possible to about 100 feet is what our minimum standard. Say 100 feet away. You can you start at 10 feet, but you limit it out. About 100 feet is the best.
Okay.
So then when it hits there, you're basically building that 100-foot buffer of fuel break around your home.
So like no kindling for 100 feet, basically.
Correct.
Okay.
And then after
that sounds pretty sensible.
It is. And then you hardening your home. We call harness.
Okay.
Is don't stack firewood right
next
your
to
house.
against the wall.
The firewood, it goes up.
Sure.
So really a big part of when we lose structures on a typical, maybe not 100-mile winds, but on a typical is there something by the house
Flammable
fire? Yep.
Okay.
Wood, furniture, something like that, and it can burn up and gets into the attic, and then we lose the house.
Okay.
Or it gets in the porch system, right? You might have a wood deck,
Sure.
and it comes up, and it just allows the flame to go into the house. So
Okay.
a lot of times we talk about or ember cast that gets in the embers. So you put screens around every opening. So you have vents on your house, put screens, very small screens, so the air can get through there. But embers, good sized embers that will actually catch a house, get in there.
Okay.
So there's stuff like that. Move everything away from your house, and then you save. And the vegetation in this area is astonishingly beautiful, and we understand that.
Yeah.
But
these are
things you have to do for.
I mean, I have heard like some things, like some of the issues with fire breaks where like there's like some endangered like plant or something, and then we can't do a fire break, or that's an issue. Like is there stuff that would be helpful from a regulatory reform standpoint that would help with fire prevention in the future?
Well, LA County, we do have standards. We go in certain areas. We actually have these lists of residences. Like this is what we have to do.
Okay.
I think it's just an awareness. So when people, good and bad about it, the bad thing is this happened. The good thing, maybe it'll bring a greater awareness that there is a way to help defend your homes.
Yeah.
There is a way to help this from stop happening in the future.
Yeah.
And that defensible space, building that and building those, that's the way to do it.
Okay.
As far as
well, I guess people are like, obviously we definitely want to give people a sense of hope for the future, and if the things get rebuilt, that their house is not going to burn down again. That's like a reasonable thing. So it's like if there are things that we should push for from a regulatory reform standpoint, this would be good to know. Yeah.
Clearance space.
Okay.
Building material, right? We can now. These are newer things. So now the standards of building construction codes have been brought and have changed over the years. So maybe when their house was built, they weren't there.
Okay.
Now we have the new codes. There's going to be certain fire retardant materials. There's going to be certain things that they can do. If you look, concrete buildings don't burn.
Sure.
So there's some of these people that have built their concrete in the middle, and it's right on the middle of the black all around, and nothing was done, but they didn't burn because of the building material.
Yeah, you can't burn concrete.
Correct. So space and fire retardant materials.
Steel and concrete is going to be okay.
Yes. But they have the great things, they have other materials out there now that will definitely help.
Like what? I think people are just I'm like hopeful that this video can be like helpful to people. Like what should people do differently? Like if it's not steel and concrete, you say there's some new materials like synthetic materials or what is it?
Absolutely. And there's stuff that they put into the materials to be able to do it.
Hi.
Yeah, I just want to help my partner out. That's over here.
Yeah.
Anyways, I just wanted to kind of point something out. Back in 1962, we had a fire. It was called the Bel Air Fire that burned from this area into kind of the same burn pattern.
Okay.
And then after that fire, that's when they basically, the city of Los Angeles, they outlawed wood-shake roofs. So wood-shake roofs were outlawed.
Yeah, I mean that's a nightmare.
They're long gone. That's an example.
Yeah, sure.
My partner is saying
there's a roof made of kindling.
Right. So we update the building standards, the fire code standards, the fire prevention standards.
Sure.
And that's up to you and the people out there that are a little more into the architecture.
Sure.
And to find something that actually could be potentially more fire safe.
Sure.
And maybe the silver line around the gray cloud is that may happen. Maybe we'll live in a safer fire zone or an area where there's prone to fires, but in a safer type of structure. So that's kind of what we're hoping to come out of this, as maybe one of the very small but good things.
All right, sounds good. Well, I mean, Do you have any guidance for people, like if there's like obviously steel and concrete are not going to burn, but like are there like new synthetics that you think would be better than like or besides steel and concrete, is there anything else?
I really am not an expert
Or stone.
to actually like.
Okay. It's pretty hard to burn stone,
I mean,
steel, and concrete.
Certainly there's some stuff out there.
Yeah.
We're about putting it out.
Okay.
But yeah, and I think that there's some people will come together and find something. But yeah, there's certainly some stuff out there. We just.
All right. Sounds good. All right. Hey, everyone. So, all right. What about water availability? Was water availability? I understand that was like not an issue in Malibu. Is that correct?
Was it water?
Well, yeah.
So there was water. We have several reservoirs that casinos that we use a lot. Now, just an example, if we have one building burning, we could flow 1,000 gallons a minute on that one building with the hose lays that we put in to stop it. You can imagine 1,000 gallons per house we couldn't do, right? So the amount of water we're flowing, there really is no water system that's going to keep that pace. So we have to bring in water tenders, which are these big tank water tanks that, 2,500, 3,000 gallon trucks, and they'll come in. And that's what we have to do to compensate. So they park out there, do it. DWP did a great job. They brought in big water trucks for us, and we use them as basically mobile hydrants.
All right.
Right, and then we have our own agency as well that has water tenders.
Okay. My understanding is that like along the correct me if I'm wrong. In Malibu along the coast, there was no shortage of water. In the Palisades, there was a shortage of water at a certain point. Or is that not accurate?
Well, we were flowing just an amount of water that the system couldn't overbear. They were just overbearing, just because of how much water these firefighters were utilizing.
Okay. All right. Sounds good. All right. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, we came out here this morning, man, with blankets, pillows, coffee, bananas, water, just anything we can, bring to help these firemen out here on the wake up, man. They're doing big, amazing things here. Now we're gonna hit the Altadena area and rescue some animals, drop them off at the shelter, and then we're gonna hit the other side of town, man, and probably pull up on a few of the homies doing work over there. It's just a time where everybody needs everybody. It's like one of those times in America where everybody needs to just hone in on what's going on here and do anything that you can to help. I'm gonna be posting links and doing a lot more, getting you information on where you can help and where you can donate, people that aren't necessarily in Los Angeles. All right, y'all have a good day.
Hey everybody, I just wanted to give you a quick update. First of all, thank you for the outpouring of support. I've received just literally hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of DMs, texts, phone calls, messages from people all over the world in support, and too many for me to get back to, but I read them all and it's very meaningful. We are currently up in a small town called Ojai that's a little over an hour northwest of where our home is. So we evacuated a couple days, and we are safe and among the lucky ones at this moment. As far as I'm aware, our home still stands, unlike literally thousands of other people who absolutely lost everything, including many, many friends of mine whose houses just burned all the way to the ground. And it's devastating, it's heartbreaking, it's surreal. It is on a scale unlike any other fire that we have endured in Los Angeles. As somebody who's lived in our area since 2003, we've gone through this drill many times. We've been evacuated, we've endured fires, but the sheer magnitude of this one sets it apart. It's just on a whole other level of just mass destruction, to the point where it's hard for the brain to even really compute the scale of destruction. I just wanted to thank the tireless and fearless and courageous firefighters and first responders. The work has just been incredible. Even in our little neck of the woods, the fire support that we received the other night and the outreach through neighbors and crews who got together, got bulldozers, and were plowing a containment zone along the Backbone Trail to prevent the fire, which is on the ridgeline above our little neighborhood, from jumping over and threatening a higher concentration of homes there. It's just incredible work. And it makes me optimistic and hopeful. It's very heartwarming to see people come together for a common cause to support each other in this time of crisis. That's real humanity, and there's something really beautiful about that. Like I said, I'm among the lucky ones. We're safe. The air is clear where we are right now, and just monitoring the situation from afar, in touch with friends, watching all the videos on Instagram of people updating from their various neighborhoods all across, the greater Los Angeles area. It's just really hard to wrap your head around. So thank you again. And I'm choosing optimism. I'm choosing hope. The phoenix rises from the ashes, and there's always opportunity in destruction, the opportunity for rebirth. So stay safe, everybody out there. And again, thank you for all the support. I'll continue to keep you updated. And that's it. It really focuses you on what's most important, which are the people you love and taking care of those around you. And I'm choosing to meditate on that today. So that's it. Thanks again. Peace.
I've been thinking a lot this morning about kindness. It seems to be in a sort of short supply lately, and it really is such an important thing. I used to say to my kids all the time when they were little, be kind to the kind and be kind to the unkind, because your nature is kindness. And isn't that really who we are at the core of it all? So let that come out. Do something for somebody else. Take them to the grocery store. I don't know, buy them a gift. Smile at them. Make eye contact. Be generous of spirit. That's kindness. And it will come back to you a millionfold, but that's not why you do it. Just be kind.
Sweet. Wow. Awesome, man. Yay. Man. Wow. Good shit.